The sun is out. The cowboy hats are on, and the stage is set as the App State Mountaineers are set to take on the Old Dominion Monarchs here in App State. I'm Will Battershell. Joining me is Tristan Beazle. And Tristan, this App State team just came off a huge win against High Point. And then you have ODU, losers of 2 straight, but has had a really, really tough schedule. Give me 2 keys for each team on what to look for today.
I mean, what to look for your Mountaineers. I mean, you've got, you've got 5 players on this App State team hitting at 300 or over. And Tyler Lichtenberger is leading the way with a 407 average. But obviously the guy you really want to look for today is Juan Correa, who is DHing for today. He's hitting 329. But Will, he's 11th in the country with .47 home runs per game, and he's 28th in the country with 9 homers, both of which are Sun Belt bests. And he's 2nd in the Sun Belt. He's averaging just under an RBI and a half per game. And he's 3rd with a slugging percentage of .737. App State has a combined .289 batting average, a .462 slugging percentage, and a .405 on-base percentage. And the team is currently 9th in D1 with 18 sac flies, so this team can get runs across the base even when they're popping out. Mind you, it's a beautiful day here in Boone. I really want to see how far these balls go, but for ODU, you really want to look at this brutal stretch in March they had. They faced Auburn, Mississippi State, and Southern Miss. Those teams are in the top 25 of the country.
At the time they played them.
At the time they played them, they were top 25 in the country. And coming off losses against Georgia State and ETSU, you want to see the bats get warmer. They're 5-11 on the road, 2-1 at home, but they don't even have a home stadium. They have traveled over 6,000 miles to date this season. So look for App State to capitalize on a team who's probably road worn.
And talking about the Monarchs, their starting lineup today. Teron Hammond, the second baseman, starting first off in the lineup. Second up, Kyle Edwards, the shortstop. Luke Waters starting in center field. Zach Light starting at first base. Tanner Shadle starting in left field. Efren Morales starting in as the DH in right field. In right field is Kanan George starting at third base. Tyler Zadalis. And the starting catcher for today, as that is ball 1, is Evan Holman. Second pitch is in for a strike, making the count now 1-1.
I mean, beautiful pitch there by Cross and a questionable first call ball right there. Teron Hammond hitting .292 on the year, not the guy you want to let get on base, with Edwards, Waters, and Late coming up in the order.
That it misses, as now the count is 2-1. And touching on Caleb Cross here as he gets the start on the bump for the Mountaineers. Last game versus Georgia Southern, 6 innings pitched as the ball is grounded. Too short, Tyler Lichtenberger with the ball over to first, and he is out at first. Getting back to Caleb Cross. Against Georgia Southern, had pitched 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks.
The kid's electric, I mean, at the end of the day, and you really want to see, you really want to see him be lights out again today, Will. And back to that first out of the ball game here, just excellent defensive play right there. Everyday play you want to see, though, for the Mountaineers.
Now for the Monarchs is Kyle Edwards as the first breaking ball is in for strikes 1. Cross sets the pitch. It's popped up. Right field side. And it is caught out of bounds by Dylan Moquin for out number 2.
Excellent hustle there by Moquin to chase that ball down in the sunlight. I mean, it's just about almost 6:15 here in Boone, and the sun's coming down. We're going to see how the sun setting is going to affect these outfielders.
Next up for the Monarchs is Luke Waters, the senior outfielder, as the first pitch is wild for ball 1.
Looks like it just got away from him on the release there, and and Braxton Church is not able to pick it.
Cross sets, nobody on, 0-1 count. And it is a ball 2.
Questionable call right there. It looks like it was just at the knees, Will.
Cross sets, 2-0 count, 2 outs. And it is fouled back to the net.
And Luke Waters, he's hitting .235 on the year, but still not a guy you really want to let get on base.
The pitch, and it is in there for strike 2. Count is now 2-2.
Absolute filth there by Caleb Cross.
Waters on the year has 19 hits and 3 walks. As that ball is popped up, out of play behind the net. Count remains 2-2.
And again, it's my first time calling a ball game here this year, Will, and honestly, through my headset, I love hearing all the fans, just all the fans being loud and being supportive of this Mountaineer team, Will. And for this App State team, they're 12-12, but don't let that record fool you. This team is gritty. This team is flashy. And I really want to see how they perform here tonight, Will.
Caleb Cross sets the pitch, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3.
Straight filth there by Caleb Cross, and he's doing the strut. Braxton Church going to meet him right there, and Will, I mean, that was filthy, man.
Great pitch. The breaking ball does exactly what he needs to, and 1-2-3 inning for the Mountaineers, and we are going to take a quick break, and then when we get back, it is Mountaineers at bat. Welcome back to Jim and Betty Smith Stadium as the App State Mountaineers prepare to step into the batter's box, starting with Dylan Moquin. But the touch on Ben Moore real quick. His last outing against Georgia State, he pitched 5 innings, allowed 2 hits and 1 run. It's a really good outing for a starting pitcher.
Absolutely in college baseball, Will.
First pitch, outside, strike 1. Also had 2 strikeouts and 2 walks versus Georgia State. Second pitch is in there for strike 2.
That heater's doing wonders for him here, Will.
Moquin on the year, batting .286, 18 hits, 13 walks. As that pitch is down low and outside for ball one. Count is now 1-2. Moore sets the pitch outside. That is ball two. Count is now 2-2. Nobody on, no outs, 2-2 count. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. Ben Moore collects his first strikeout of the game.
Just looks like he got it up and in there, tied him off at the hands, Will, and everyday strikeout there you want to see for Ben Moore.
Now comes up the switch hitting second baseman, Joseph Zamora, out of Miami, Florida, batting .311 on the year. As that is a breaking ball way outside. Would have hit a left-handed batter if he's standing there.
Yeah, absolutely there, Will.
The pitch is hit by Zamora up the middle on a line, and it is caught by Waters on a diving catch in center field.
Excellent catch right there. Hard hit ball by Zamora. I thought that was going to get down there, Will.
That is great awareness by Waters out in center field to instantly break in on the ball, just enough to where he can make a diving catch. Next up for the Mountaineers, the first baseman, Cameron Miller, batting .305 on the season. And the first pitch is a hearty swing and a miss by Cam Miller.
He absolutely loaded up into that one, Will.
So I want to give you a little bit of a fun fact, Tristan.
Let's
This
hear it.
year, Cameron Miller has 18 walks. That is 18 more than he had last year, as that ball misses high for ball one.
He didn't walk at all last season.
He did not walk at all in his freshman campaign.
Looks like the discipline is finally starting to help out for Cameron Miller here, Will.
And the walks have been a huge part of his game this season. As the pitch hits the outside part of the plate for strike two.
Questionable call right there, but looked like it was in the zone from our vantage point.
1-2 count. The pitch inside for ball two. Evens it up with 2 outs, no runners on. The pitch is inside. That's going to make the count full now at 3-2. And this is what Cam Miller has done best. He really works these counts and forces the pitcher to throw a lot of pitches.
Absolutely, Will.
That ball is fouled back to the screen, and the count remains 3-2.
And the last thing you want to do here, Will, is let Cameron Miller walk with Braxton Church batting clean up here, and then Juan Correa right behind him. Don't want to let this get out of hand quickly if you're ODU.
Yeah, this App State lineup is just full of great hitters. The pitch popped up right field side, out of bounds, and it drops on the warning track. Count remains full. As we're starting to get a little bit of a battle here between Cam Miller and Moore.
No, absolutely. Cam's really battling right here, Will.
Ben Moore on the season has 24 innings pitched. As here's the pitch, and it's high, and he walks Cam Miller.
Just an excellent battle at the plate between pitcher and hitter. Cam Miller able to get the best of him with his discipline.
And that's going to bring up Braxton Church, the catcher for the Mountaineers out of North Wilkesboro. Batting .279 on the season. But going back to Ben Moore, this year so far, 24 innings, 24 hits, 19 earned runs, 14 walks to 26 strikeouts.
He's pitching really well. Don't let the ERA fool you.
The pitch inside, breaking breaking ball looks like a frisbee out there. Almost catches Braxton Church, but is a ball.
I mean, that really, that was a few inches away from hitting him.
Another breaking ball inside for ball 2. Count is now 2-0 with a runner on first and 2 outs.
Just a bit inside.
The pitch. Just a bit high for ball 3, as now Braxton Church is in a elite hitters count. Let's see what they give him. If they give him the red light or the green light.
What would you do in this position, Will?
With how App State has been disciplined all season, he's probably going to have the red light. It is the red light, but it is a strike on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, and to your point, Will, this team has been really great at just drawing walks. But you also don't want Juan Correa coming up to the plate here with runners on.
The pitch by Moore. Hit by Braxton Church. Right field, not deep enough. George is under it, and he receives it, and that is going to be out 3 as the Mountaineers do get a base runner, but do not do anything with it, as now we will be heading into the second inning when we get back here on 90.5 WASU YouTube.
Welcome back to 90.5 WASU Sports on YouTube. I'm Tristan Beasley, taking over the play-by-play for the next 2 innings. Will, excellent job on the first inning. And what are your takeaways from that first inning of baseball?
We're seeing really good pitching to start. Cam Miller was able to work a walk, but both Caleb Cross and Ben Moore have done a great job working home plate, working the strike zone, and confusing these batters a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Cross was lights out that first inning, got help from his fielders, but got the swinging K at the end of the inning. As Caleb Cross is going to get the wind of the pitch here. Zach Late swings and misses for strike 1. Hefty swing right there.
And ODU likes to be very aggressive to start counts. They have done it all season long, so we're going to see these really hefty swings early in the counts.
The 0-1 from Cross. That's swung on, hit well into center field. There is Evans, and he's under it. 1 down.
Yeah, and one of the people you definitely don't want to hit it to in the outfield is Charlie Evans. He has been just a vacuum for this App State Mountaineers team all season long, ever since he came back from his finger injury.
And with that pop out to Charlie Cross, it brings up the left fielder, number 7. That's Tanner Shadle. He's had a rough go of it this season. He's hitting 120 on the year.
Pop up to Charlie Evans.
As the first pitch in there for strike 1. Caleb Cross has just been lights out command-wise so far to start this game.
Yeah, and his last outing was that first game against Georgia Southern.
As the 0-1 was just a bit high. Count is even 1-1.
where the Mountaineers got thumped by the Eagles 9-0.
Here's a pitch from Cross. In there, strike two. Beautiful breaking ball there by Cross, right in the middle of the zone. Count is 1-2 in the favor of Cross. Here comes the 1-2. Outside, count is even. I mean, it's been a pitcher's battle here so far, Will, but the batters of App State have been able to get it. Here comes the 2-2. And that one's going to be just a bit outside and under. Count is full now for Shadle.
It's a great eye by Shadle there because that looked like a really good breaking ball, and he just doesn't bite on it.
And the 3-2 from Cross. Fouled off back towards the net here. Count remains full. And Will, I mean, to your point, both offenses have just been battling here to start the game. I want to see if that gets any better. The 3-2 from Cross. And that's just a bit low. And Tanner Shadle is going to take his base, and that'll bring up Efren Morales, the DH for today's game.
And that's now in 26 at-bats for Shadle. That is now his 7th walk. So he is really good at commanding the count when he needs to.
Absolutely. Don't let the batting average deceive you. The guy can get on base as Efren Morales steps into the box, the right-hander. First pitch of the AB from Cross. High, ball one.
And Morales this season with runners on base is batting just a tick under 300 at 279. Has 1 home run on this season and 8 RBIs.
Pitch from Cross. Foul down the left field line. Count is even, 1-1.
And Morales is ready for that pitch there. Just swings a little bit too early and pulls it just foul the left field line.
Absolutely, and the great thing about this turf field, Will, is that you can really see, now you can actually see where the balls are landing. Here comes the 1-1 from Cross. The wind and the pitch. That one skied out to center field. Evans is under it. And that's 2 down. Shadle retreats back to first base. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, number 27. That's Cannon George, batting .246 on the season. Cross has gotten a lot of help from his outfielders today.
And George on the season has 17 hits in 69 at-bats with 34 strikeouts.
Here's the first pitch of the AB from Cross. Outside, 1-0. And I mean, Will, to your point, Cannon George strikes out a ton.
Yeah, for Cannon George, the balls to strikeout ratio of 16 to 34 is insane.
As that one's hit into left field, and that hit the roof?
It's out of play, yeah.
Yeah, out of play, okay. Lost track of the ball as it got above and into the lights. Thank God I'm not in the outfield. Count is now even, 1-1. The pitch from Cross. Winding the pitch. Swung on into the right. Back goes Moquin, back at the wall, and he's going to get it.
That was a great job by Moquin because he kind of lost track of the ball as he switched his body around because the wind is kind of carrying the ball to that right field side. So he had to completely switch his body around and relocate the ball, and he still makes the play.
But excellent job there from Dylan Moquin, and that's going to bring up, due up for your Mountaineers, Juan Correa. Juan Correa due up for the Mountaineers, followed by Tyler Lichtenberger and Tyler Figueroa. Juan Correa has been the superstar for this App State team and the power bat that the Mountaineers have needed. Will, what are your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I can't argue with you there. He's been pretty great, but I mean, the App State team has a lot of power bats everywhere, so Ben Moore's going to have to be careful pitching to everybody.
I mean, absolutely. You got Correa, Lichtenberger, and Figueroa due up next, but we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, it's going to be the Mountaineers up to bat. You're listening to 90.5 WASU Sports on YouTube. Welcome back to 90.5 WASU Sports on YouTube. Mountaineer Baseball on the app. No one scored yet. Coming to the bottom of the second, and the Mountaineers up to bat. And up to bat is the superstar Juan Correa. Ben Moore, the wind and the pitch to Correa. Inside, 1-0.
Yeah, Juan Correa has been a spark plug for this App State offense ever since coming over from UNC Charlotte.
Here comes the 1-0 from Moore. Outside, 2-0.
The one thing about this App State lineup, and even the ODU lineup, they're really good at drawing walks.
Absolutely will. And the 2-0 to Correa. Swung on, hit well. And that is going to be a shallow ball here. And that is Shadle there to get the out, 1 down.
You got a little excited there, didn't you?
And I got a little bit excited there. I saw it shoot up a little bit. That one's on me. And coming up for the Mountaineers, it's the shortstop number 5, Tyler Lichtenberger.
And I want to talk about Tyler Lichtenberger here for a minute. The true freshman has transitioned amazingly out of high school.
Here's the first pitch. It's going to be high, 1-0.
He has lit the world on fire since joining this App State lineup, batting .407 on the season with 33 hits and 19 RBIs.
The 1-0 in there for strike 1.
Not to mention, he has 9 extra base hits on the season. Tyler Lichtenberger has just been electric.
He's been the truth this App State team needs. And the 1-1. Sharp hit in the left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And he's going to hold it first. First base hit of the day here for the Mountaineers, and it comes off the bat of Tyler Lichtenberger, and that brings up Tyler Figueroa.
And Lichtenberger is not a huge threat from first to steal, as he has 5 attempts, has stolen successfully 3 times so far.
And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Tyler Figueroa, 295 on the year. And here is the first pitch of the AB from Ben Moore. And the pickoff attempt at first, no good.
Let me correct myself. Lichtenberger has 5 stolen bases on the year.
So he's 5 for 5. Here is first pitch of the AB, second pitch of the AB to Figueroa, and that's high, 1-0. Moore going to collect himself here a little bit, and the Lichtenberger are going to lead just a tad off that first base. Pitch outside, 2-0. I mean, from what we've seen so far today, Will, this App State team is more than willing to battle and more than willing to take walks instead of hits.
Yeah, App State does take a lot of those free bags, and that's actually how they score a lot of their runs in every single game they played. That's a big reason they beat High Point on Tuesday, is because they were able to draw those walks and have patient at-bats. And then let the other guys do what they have to do to score those runs.
And for those of you listening, we just had a mound visit by Old Dominion University. Evan Holman went up to go talk to his ace, Ben Moore.
And on Tuesday versus High Point, Tyler Figueroa.
As the pickoff attempt is no good, and the Mountaineer fans are letting them have it here.
Tyler Figueroa versus High Point on Tuesday. 2 hits, 1 was a ground rule double, 1 was a home run.
And the 2-0 from Moore. Outside, hitter's advantage here. It's a 3-0 count, 1 on, 1 down here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
And we're probably going to see Figueroa watch no matter what here.
Absolutely. Outside, he's going to take his base, and runners at first and second for John Kramer, the left fielder.
With 1 out, Ben Moore is now in a little bit of a sticky situation, especially with John Kramer back in the lineup now after he had a little bit of an injury. But John Kramer has also been one of those really bright spots here for the Mountaineers.
Absolutely, Will, and it's a lefty-lefty matchup here. And it looks like we're going to get another mound visit here for Ben Moore as the skipper for ODU, Chris Finwood, is going to come out. And I mean, Will is just first inning. Ben Moore looked really good, and I mean, he's just lost his command here a little bit, and it's caused for 2 runners to come on.
Yeah, and now he's in a little bit of a situation here. He does have the matchup advantage with it being lefty-lefty, but John Kramer has been really good in these lefty-lefty matchups, so I don't know how much of an advantage it truly is.
Absolutely, and if you're ODU on defense, you've got the for the ODU defense, you've got the double play ball right here. Let's see if Ben Moore can get that double play ball and get out of the jam here, as we are still waiting for the first pitch of the AB here. And Moore's going to get in his stance. The wind and the pitch. Hefty swing and miss right there by Kramer. 0-1.
And you're going to see Kramer be very aggressive. This is his mindset every single time he comes up. And it proves it with his 19 strikeouts to 7 walks. He's a very, very aggressive hitter.
The 0-1 high counts even. I mean, if you're this App State team, Will, let's see if they can get some runners to home plate here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Just at the top of the zone there, count is 1-2. And again, I mean, you have Charlie Evans coming up to bat here as well, and hoping they can get some runs across. As the 1-2 skied into center field. Waters is there. 2 down, both runners retreat back to their respective bags.
Yeah, not deep enough to make anybody tag. Just kind of misses it a little bit and hits it off the top of the bat. And yeah, it's just a weak fly ball.
And that brings up the center fielder, Charlie Evans. And I mean, Charlie Evans, a guy you really don't want to pitch to, especially with runners in scoring position. First pitch of the AB to Evans. Fouled off back to the screen, 0-1. And these Mountaineer fans, they are letting them have it. As the 0-1 from Moore. Fouled off, back left side, and the count is 0-2.
And Charlie Evans has found a little bit of a struggle at the plate too since he came back from an injury. And as you can see from up here in the booth, on his right index finger, he has a splint on because it was broken, and he
0-2 fouled off, count remains 0-2.
And ever since he's came back, they wanted him to come back sooner than later because of how good he is in the outfield. And he's still kind of trying to figure out his groove with how he's going to hold the bat with only 9 fingers compared to 10.
Absolutely. Here comes the 0-2 from Moore. Outside, count is 1-2. Ben Moore getting ready to deliver the 1-2 to Charlie Evans. The 1-2. Swung on left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Lichtenberger. That's going to be 1. That's going to be 2. Charlie Evans has cleared the bases, and it's a 2-0 Mountaineer lead.
And that's what Charlie Evans does best. He's not a massive power hitter, but he's going to hit the ball where nobody is, and he's going to hit it hard. And that ball is ripped down the left field line all the way into the corner, and that's what gives everybody time to score because the left fielder in Sadel was playing so far off the line that it was just he was able to get everybody in.
And again, I mean, for a guy who's injured, way to come back and step up if you're Charlie Evans. And now he's 1 of 1 and 2 ribbies here for your Mountaineers.
And I just want to shout out Tyler Figueroa, scoring all the way third to first on that play. Or first to home, excuse me.
Just absolute hustle there by Tyler Figueroa. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the order with Dylan Moquin. He's 0 for 1 here on the evening. First pitch of the AB. Just down the middle of the plate there. Count is now 0-1.
Yeah, Moquin struck out swinging in his first appearance against Ben Moore.
Here comes the 0-1. Ball dropped there by the catcher. That's going to bring the count to 1-1.
And Ben Moore has to be a little bit conscious because Charlie Evans is a very, very speedy guy and is capable of stealing that second to third.
Absolutely will. And the 1-1 from Moore. Swung on, shallow first, and that's going to get down for a hit. Thought about going back home. And Charlie Evans going to retreat back to third. Runners on the corners, and that's going to bring up Joseph Zamora.
Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion there between the second baseman in Hammond and the first baseman in Light on who was going to take that ball. And that's what really threw off that whole play there and allowed Zamora to get the first, or Moquin to get the first, sorry. And then you had Charlie Evans who was thinking about coming home. He was halfway home and then thought better of it and walks back to third base.
In your opinion, what would you have ran there?
I would not have. There's no need to waste a runner in scoring position, especially with 2 outs.
Joseph Zamora, first pitch of the AB, pick-off attempt back to first, no good.
And in Zamora's last at-bat, he lined out 2 waters in center field as he made the great diving catch.
Second pitch of the AB. Count remains 0-0. Another pick-off attempt right there. No good again. Ben Moore getting really wary of these guys trying to swipe second.
And with runners on the corners, you kind of expect that runner on first to steal, and especially with Moquin, who is a speedy guy.
Third pitch of the AB. It's going to be low. Count is 1-0. I mean, this App State team not being not aggressive at the plate, but in a great way. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0. And I mean, these Mountaineer ball players, they've been willing to take their free bags, but they're going to get gritty when they need to. And Charlie Evans got gritty, and that's why the Mountaineers lead 2-0.
Well, we see, especially when you talk free bags, we still have runners at the corner, and
2-0, lined into shallow right, and that's going to be a base hit. In comes Cross. The lead is now 3-0 Mountaineers. Joseph Zamora with an RBI single.
Yeah, and Zamora does everything he has to do, punches the ball through that 3-4 hole and opposite field line drive, which scores Evans easily.
Easy lick Sunday morning for the Mountaineers there, and Charlie Evans. Coming up is Cameron Miller. He drew a walk in his first at-bat. In a very gritty at-bat, might I add. First pitch of the AB from Moore. In there, strike 1. Runners at second and third. Still 2 outs. And the 0-1 from Moore. In there, breaking ball for strike 2.
Moore has found something these last 2 batters with that breaking ball.
And the 0-2 from Moore to Miller. Below the zone, count is 1-2.
And the one thing ODU has to limit here is when they get the 2 outs, they have to limit these rallies that the Mountaineers like to go on. As with 2 outs, the Mountaineers have already scored 3.
And the 1-2 from Moore. Low, count is even. I mean, if Cameron Miller can draw a walk here and load the bases with Braxton Church coming up, Ben Moore is going to be in a very dangerous position.
The one advantage he would have is, again, a lefty-lefty matchup with Braxton Church.
2-2. Outside, count is full. You do not want to walk Cameron Miller if you're Ben Moore here with Braxton Church due up. And that is just inside strike 3. And that will be the end of the second inning here in the high country. The Mountaineers scored 3 with 2 down, but leave 2 runners on. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, it's going to be ODU at the plate with Tyler Zadalis. Keep it here. You're listening to 90.5 WSU Sports on YouTube. That was solid. That was solid. Welcome back to baseball in the high country. The Mountaineers lead 3-0 after a 2-out rally by this Mountaineer offense. And Caleb Cross coming back up, and that last inning for the Mountaineers got down in 2 outs, and Caleb back had scored 3 as the first pitch of the AB from Cross. Low, ball 1.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what ODU's approach is here now, because they've been really good at battling back when they get down early.
And Caleb Cross faced 7, struck out 1, walked 1, the Sanford native. The 1-0. Low, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 from Cross. Low, count is 3-0. Hitter's advantage here for Tyler Zadalis.
And Zadalis is a pretty decent power hitter. 3 home runs so far this year on 14 hits.
The 3-0. Low, and that is a 4-pitch walk by the Sanford native, Caleb Cross. He's going to take his base, and we're going to get to the catcher for the ODU Monarchs, number 23, Evan Holman.
Evan Holman, a switch hitting catcher for the Monarchs.
I'm looking at the stat broadcast here, and it says B for the bat, and I was mightily confused. But here comes the first pitch of the AB. Outside, 1-0. Caleb Cross losing his command a little bit. Let's see if he can rein it back in here.
And Evan Holman has been really, really good this year with runners on, batting .318 when there is a runner on base.
The 1-0 is inside. Count is 2-0 now. And Caleb Cross is going to look to get the command back, put some rosin on his hand, and we're going to get a mound visit here by the Mountaineers, Will.
Yeah, it's a good mound visit. He got a little bit of Cross got a little bit of wild there, so I like the call for the visit, just to settle him down a little bit.
Yeah, and Will, while we have a little bit of a mound visit here, I want to bring up some Mountaineers in the majors. Jeffrey Springs getting the start for the Athletics tonight.
Yeah, traded from the Rays to the Athletics over the offseason.
I almost slipped and said the Oakland Athletics. They're unfortunately no longer in Oakland. They are playing in Sacramento. But shout out to App State baseball alum Jeffrey Springs getting the nod for the start tonight for the Athletics.
And I think this is a great mound meeting by Jim Leggett, just to go out there and settle the nerves a little bit. We haven't seen Caleb Cross throw a strike yet.
Yeah, 6 pitches, 6 balls here, and a runner on first. Here's the 2-0 from Cross, the wind and the pitch. Outside, or inside, ball 3. And you're wondering, if you're Caleb Cross, what do you got to do to rein it back in here and get these ODU hitters out of the ballgame? The 3-0. In there, strike 1. Dotted on the outside corner. Here's the 3-1 from Cross. In there, strike 2. Beautiful pitch there by Cross. Count is now full.
And it's a great job by Cross battling back in a hitter's count to make the count full, especially with a runner on first.
The 3-2. Runner goes. And they're not going to get the force at second. They're going to get one out, though. Runner at second base, and that's going to rotate to the top of the order with Teron Hammond.
And now with the runner on second, Caleb Cross just has to be careful and make good quality pitches to try to get himself out of this inning.
Absolutely, and an unlucky bounce there for the Mountaineers there. Couldn't get the double play ball, but they were able to get one out at first.
Well,
better one than nothing.
So Dallas did steal, so I don't think either way you were getting the force at second there.
Yeah, first pitch of the AB to Hammond. In there, strike 1.
Hammond's last at bat, he grounded out to Tyler Lichtenberger at short.
And that was a wonderful Gold Glove play right there by Lichtenberger. Here comes the 0-1. Outside, count is even. 1 down, counts even here in the top half of the third inning. And Caleb Cross is now at 36 pitches. Here comes pitch 37, the wind of the pitch. Just low, 2-1. Gonna take a step off the mound here, get some rosin on his hands. Here comes the 2-1. Check second base. Swing and a miss there by Hammond. Count is even.
And Hammond went with the aggressive approach there, just late on the fastball.
Caleb Cross looking to get another out here and get out of this jam with a runner in second. 2-2 fouled off back towards the stands. Count remains even.
And that's a great job by Teron Hammond there, just to get a piece of it, because he was kind of falling forward on that swing, so it showed he was a little bit early.
Cross going to get his wits about him here. likes the call, the 2-2. Check second base. And the pitch. Grounded to Lichtenberger. Lichtenberger over to first. Easy lick Sunday morning there for the Mountaineers. 2 down. Runner, however, is at third base.
And pretty much a carbon copy of his first at-bat. Just another ground ball, almost same exact position for Lichtenberger, and he gets the out again.
Routine play there for Tyler Lichtenberger. 2 down, and that brings up Kyle Edwards. He's 0 for 1 on the evening.
Yeah, Edwards last at bat.
Edwards last at bat. Here comes, count is 1-0. And the second pitch of the at bat here. The 1-0. In there, strike one.
Edwards last at bat. He flew out to right field, out in the foul territory.
Count is 1-1 here to Kyle Edwards. The 1-1. Just a bit high. Count is 2-1. Be a major, major win for Caleb Cross to get out of this jam here with a runner at third. The 2-1. Just low. Count is 3-1 now. The 3-1 for Kyle Edwards here. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And that is going to be a base for the Monarchs. Caleb Cross gives up another walk.
And there is a umpire standing down the first base line, so he did get a good look at it.
And that is going to bring up Luke Waters.
And Luke Waters last at bat, swinging strikeout.
First pitch of the at bat coming. Runners on the corners, 2 down. First pitch of the at bat coming. Cross checks the runner. The wind. And the pitch. Runner looks to go. Lead off of first. Ball is in there. Count is now 0-1.
And Cross has to watch Edwards here. He is 13 for 13 so far this season on stolen bases.
Caleb Cross, the 0-1. Hefty swing and a miss there. Count is 0-2. Didn't see him check the runner there on that pitch right there. See if he'll check it again here. Checks the runner. Winding the pitch. High ball there, 1-2. No chance to throw at second, and that's an easy stolen base right there.
That may be put as a fielder's indifference, and since nobody even tried to make a play. But now with two runners in scoring position, Caleb Cross has to be careful.
1-2 shot back towards the stands. Count remains 1-2. Caleb Cross at 47 pitches as we are nearing the end, hopefully the end of the top of the third inning here.
It looks like they did give Edwards the stolen base there.
Thank you for that, Will. The 1-2. Low. Count is even. Caleb Cross going to take a second here to recollect himself. For those of you just joining us, App State leads 3-0, but ODU has a chance to get some runners across with runners at second and third. The 2-2. Low. Count is full.
And with 2 outs, we won't see the runners move here because there is no force. Just Caleb Cross has to be careful with the pitch selection here.
The 3-2 from Cross. The wind and the pitch. Grounded over to short. Lichtenberger to first. In time, and Caleb Cross gets out of it. Excellent job there by Caleb Cross. And then Tyler Lichtenberger to make the defensive play with a runner running across him there.
And Waters just kind of chopped the ball. And on this turf, the bounces are very, very predictable. So it's a very easy play for Lichtenberger.
Again, just another routine play for Lichtenberger. But keep it right here because up next, it's going to be the bottom of the third inning. And Braxton Church coming up for your Mountaineers. Welcome back to baseball in the high country here at Smith Stadium. We are approaching the bottom of the third inning here, and the Mountaineers lead 3-0. Due up for the Mountaineers is Braxton Church, and he flew out to right field in his first at-bat.
Yeah, last at-bat, Church just kind of pulled the ball a little too much, and it was a pretty routine pop fly.
First pitch in there, strike one. And we'll back to the top of the inning here. Caleb Cross, way to get out of that situation with runners at second and third.
Yeah, he's been able to do that pretty much all year long when he has traffic on. He's kind of a little bit of a Houdini act he puts on almost.
That pitch right there, low and away. Count is now even at 1-1. The 1-1 here to Church. Skied back, and he is out of the ballpark there. Thankfully, that didn't hit a fan there standing at the railing at the end of the grandstands.
Gotta hope it didn't hit anybody's car either.
Very true. The 1-2 coming to Braxton Church here. Outside, count is even. And for the App State Mountaineers, 3 runs on 4 hits here. The 2-2. Just a bit high. Count is full.
And I'll tell you what, Tristan, it is such a blessing to have such a beautiful day today because App State and Boone weather in general is very, very wacky, and we've truly just been granted with a beautiful day for baseball.
And the 3-2 skied right to the shortstop, and that is out number 1.
Yeah, Braxton Church, it came off a rail off the bat and straight over the gap, but they were shifted to that right side playing the left-handed batter, and that's Edwards that catches it right over the middle.
Yep, and that brings up Juan Correa, and he flew out to left field in his first plate appearance. The first pitch swung on and missed there. Count is now 0-1. Oh no, Will, the wind's making it feel a little bit chilly here in the booth as the 0-1 comes from Ben Moore. Just high, count is even.
The weather currently 66 degrees, but it will get chillier as the sun sets.
The 1-1. Popped up, center field. And that back at the wall, and he's going to catch it just at the warning track. Not enough power there from Juan Correa.
Great barrel by Juan Correa, just slightly gets a little too under it, and that's what causes the ball to stay in the park.
I mean, he needed just a bit more. And this brings up Tyler Lichtenberger. He singled in his first appearance.
the freshman phenom.
First pitch of the AB to Lichtenberger. Outside, ball one.
And the thing with Lichtenberger, no matter what handed pitcher he's facing, he's hitting phenomenal.
Absolutely. I mean, he's the dynamo here for the Mountaineers. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung on into right center field, and that's going to get down, and that's going to go all the way down to the wall. Round first. Here comes the throw to second, and he's going to get in there for a double. Beautiful, beautiful hit right there to split the gap all the way to the wall.
Yeah, and with Lichtenberger, he doesn't try to do too much. That's just a very simple swing, puts it between the center field and right field gap, and that's a double all day with his speed.
Absolutely, and that's going to bring up Tyler Figueroa. He walked in his first appearance. Two down, runner at second, and that is Figueroa. First pitch of the AB. High and outside there, ball one.
And Figueroa has been really good with runners in scoring position, batting .323 so far this season.
Look for him to potentially bring Lichtenberger home, the 1-0. The wind and the pitch. Way outside there, 2-0. Almost got away from the catcher there.
Yeah, and Figueroa's last time up was able to earn a walk and scored.
Count is 2-0, 2 out. Lichtenberger at second. The 2-0 from Ben Moore. Outside, count is 3-0 now. I mean, if you draw a walk here, you got John Kramer on deck. And that's going to spell danger here for the Monarchs. The 3-0. And that was outside, ball four. A four-pitch walk, for Figueroa. And that's going to bring up John Kramer. Runners at first and second. John Kramer, the left fielder here. Oh, wait. His first pitch.
Flew out to left field his last at bat.
Pitch is down and away. Ball count 1-0. Defense spread out at the corners here. Not really wary of the steal here. And the 1-0. Oh, and that got him. And he's going to take his base. Bases are juiced here in the high country for Charlie Evans. Got him on the left elbow right there. And Charlie Evans now comes up with an opportunity to bring some people home with the bases loaded with 2 outs.
Yeah, and Charlie Evans, his batting average might not say that he's having a great season, but like we talked about, he's coming back from injury. And a lot of his hits have been really, really clutch hits. 5 hits, 5 RBIs, and he scored 7 runs so far this year.
First pitch in there, count is 0-1.
And that's only in 35 at-bats.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. Charlie going to step out of the box here and recollect himself. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, pass ball. Not going to matter here. And we have reached the end of the 3rd inning. Mountaineers juice the bases, but leave all 3 yawn. Keep it here, because when we come back, Will Battershell is going to be back on play-by-play. You're listening to 90.5 WASU Sports on YouTube.
Welcome to App State Baseball here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. As Caleb Cross takes the mound for the start of the 4th inning. The first pitch is up, and it is sky to left field, fading out of bounds. Kramer under it, and he catches it on the wall for out number 1. Next up is Tanner Shadle for the Monarchs. The true freshman utility player. Drew a walk in his first at-bat. Cross sets the pitch. Outside part of the plate for strike 1. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Caleb Cross has already worked himself into a pitcher's count early. And the pitch, it's grounded towards third, out of bounds. Count will remain 0-2 with 1 out. Shadle on limited appearances on the plate. Only 25 so far this season. Has 3 hits and 7 walks. As that ball is fouled over the right field line and out of play. The pitch by Cross. Popped out of bounds behind the net.
Got some pop in the reverse direction right there.
Cross with the pitch. Just misses outside. Makes the count 1-2.
I mean, you saw Caleb Cross in the latter part of the top of the 4th. Was able to regain his confidence and his command there to get out of that jam.
The pitch misses outside once again. Count is now 2-2. Cross sets the pitch and just misses inside. The count is now full as Tanner Shadle is fighting at the plate.
I mean, if you're Caleb Cross, you're going to want that pitch back right there.
Cross sets the pitch. Lined deep into left field. Kramer gets under it at the warning track and catches the ball. 2 outs. Both to Kramer.
And again, just not enough pop right there. John Kramer, really easy to get to right there. And while we're waiting here, Will, this is my first time being inside Smith Stadium, and it is absolutely beautiful.
That's why it's constantly voted one of the best baseball stadiums in America. It's just a shame we can't play during the fall when all the leaves are pretty. As the first pitch just misses underneath for ball 1.
And again, that last AB, I mean, you got the positive outcome, but you really wanted the K right there if you're Caleb Cross.
Cross sets the pitch, lined back at him. He gets out of the way. Zamora with a diving stop, and he makes the throw to Cam Miller to get the out.
Beautiful stop right there by Zamora, and he laid out for that one. Excellent defensive play right there.
After a defensive gem by Joseph Zamora, the App State Mountaineers are up to bat after allowing 0 batters to get on base. Welcome back to Jim and Betty Smith Stadium, where the App State Mountaineers lead the Old Dominion Monarchs 3-0 heading into the bottom of the fourth, as Ben Moore takes the mound once again for the Monarchs, and he will face Dylan Moquin, as App State is at the top of their lineup for the third time now this game.
Yeah, and Moquin was able to go all the way around here after a single.
First pitch ripped right into the gap at left and center. And it's going to be an easy single as the ball just dribbles out. Retrieved by Waters.
Just got over the gap right there. Beautiful hit there by Moquin.
It's what Moquin does best, these line drives over the infielders' heads. That's going to lead Joseph Zamora to come up to the plate. Runner on first, no outs.
See if he can put on a hitting gem after that defensive gem we just saw.
The pitch, too high, ball one.
And again, back to that stop at the top of the fourth by Zamora right there. Just absolutely laid out for it and was able to get it.
The pitch, outside, ball two.
And again, I mean, App State has been able to hit the ball hard today, but it's a combination of really good hitting and very good discipline as well.
And Zamora in his last bat also singled. The pitch, inside ball three. It's a wild pitch, and that's going to allow Moquin to get to second without slides.
And again, if you're Ben Moore, you just don't want to see that. And definitely not your fault right there, but you don't want to have a runner in scoring position with a guy like Joseph Zamora at the plate.
3-0 count now for Zamora. First base open as Moquin stands on second, no outs. The pitch, too high. Zamora gets a free bag.
And, I mean, this Mountaineer team has been phenomenal at just being disciplined, not swinging at pitches that they're not going to hit, and getting these free bags.
Next up, the three-hole hitter, Cam Miller. 5 home runs on the year, has 2 runners on base. With the runners in scoring position this year, is batting .353. As we get a little bit of a mound visit here by the catcher Holdman, just to settle down his pitcher a little bit.
Yeah, just calm down a little bit. He got a little bit wild right there, allowed the advance to second and the walk. But let's see if he can rebound here.
Cam Miller today has a walk and a strikeout looking. As Ben Moore sets the pitch, outside for ball one.
And again, I want to keep emphasizing the discipline of this Mountaineer baseball team, because if you're disciplined and you allow your really good hitters with runners in scoring position to get to the plate, it's going to make for easy runs.
Pitch 2, breaking ball, again outside. It looks like Ben Moore almost has lost control of this breaking ball in the bottom of the fourth.
No, absolutely. And today, we're through 3 innings. He's given up 6 hits, but 4 walks.
The pitch by Moore. Catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1.
And back to Ben Moore here. I mean, he's given up 2 extra base hits, and he's already almost at 80 pitches. So if he gets into some extra trouble, I think ODU is going to pull him.
Cam Miller slaps it right and out of bounds for strike 2. Count is now 2-2. Nobody out. Runners on first and second.
And if you're the Mountaineers here, you want to be able to get that extra little bit of insurance.
Ben Moore comes set. The pitch. Up and outside for ball 3. Count is now full for Cam Miller.
Beautiful way to end the Friday here in the High Country, Will. And we had spring forward today. I didn't have class this morning.
As that ball is ripped by Cam Miller over the middle. Moquin around third. Zamora around second. The ball hits Zamora on the throw to third, so everybody will be safe. RBI single by Cam Miller. Huge hit by Cam Miller. Just absolutely lasers it off the bat, straight back to Ben Moore. And now App State has runners on the corner, no outs for the catcher, Braxton Church. Score is now 4-0 for the App State Mountaineers in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ben Moore sets. Throw back to first. Cam Miller safe.
And again, I brought up right before that RBI, you want to get runners in to get that extra insurance for a very shaky bullpen.
Moore sets the throw. Inside on Braxton Church. Ball one. Count is now 1-0.
Looked like you almost got him right there, Will.
Runners are on the corner. No outs. And the Monarchs do have some bullpen action, as it looks like it's the right-handed pitcher of Hunter Baines. As Braxton Church makes contact to left field, deep enough to where Zamora thought about it, but goes back to third. So that's going to be 1 out, and runners still on the corner for now Juan Correa.
And you saw Zamora right there. He was like, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Decided not doing it.
And that was a great read by Tanner Shadle to get the ball in quickly and not allow Zamora to advance.
Yeah, just a really heads-up play there by Shadle.
As it looks like we may get our pitching change here. As we are.
Yeah, not the outing you wanted for Ben Moore there. His day is going to end just 3 1/3.
With his final line, 3 1/3, 7 hits. As of right now, 4 earned runs. He is responsible for the runners on first and third. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. And with this pitching change, we will be right back here on 90.5 WASU Radio on YouTube. Welcome back to App State Baseball 90.5 WASU YouTube. As the Mountaineers have runners on the corner, one out for Juan Correa. As the Monarchs decide to dip into the bullpen to Hunter Baines, who on the year has pitched 7 2/3, has 4 hits, 7 earned runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Baines sets the pitch. Is in for the strike for strike one.
Beautiful pitch there by Baines.
Baines comes in to a difficult position here with runners on the corner and only one out, with App State's most prolific power hitter at the plate. Pitch 2 is in for a strike. Count is now 0-2.
And again, I keep saying, I mean, we've seen it happen in the past couple of innings. The team's been able to earn bases and get hits, but they leave runners on.
The pitch, grounded by Correa, tag second to first for a 6-3 double play by the Monarchs. Edwards too light to retire the Mountaineers.
And just an excellent double play right there. Way to come into the game and get out of the jam right there.
And with that, we are going to step away as Caleb Cross takes the field for the top of the 5th inning here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back to App State Baseball versus the ODU Monarchs, as the Mountaineers currently lead 4-0. As also, the Monarchs have been held hitless as of right now.
Yeah, again, just a phenomenal pitching performance by Caleb Cross. And shout out to this Mountaineer defense to be able to help him get out of those jams.
Cross sets the pitch. Just low for ball 1. Oh, 1 count. Cross sets. Pops it up way into the sky. Everybody's scrambling for it. Cam Miller calls everybody off, and he catches it about 15 feet back from the infield.
Absolutely skied right there. And heads up play by Cam Miller to shake everybody off and tell them, I got this.
That's going to be the first out, and a quick out by Caleb Cross.
And that's what you want to see for Caleb Cross. He entered the inning with 66 pitches, and if you want him to go a little bit further into the ball game, you want him to get those quick outs.
Cross sets now against Tyler Zadalis, as the first pitch is for a ball, low and outside.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, Will, they're hitless. 0 for 13, but 3 walks.
The pitch, cross, strike 1. Right down the pipe.
Excellent pitch right there by Caleb Cross.
As that ball misses, it makes the count 2-1.
Cross just got that ball way outside.
The pitch by Cross, swing and a miss. Hardy swing by Zadalis there.
Absolutely will.
Count is now 2-2 with 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th. The pitch, fouled over the left field line and out of bounds. Count remains 2-2.
Will, you were not lying when you said it gets chilly up here when the sun sets.
Cross sets, the pitch, popped up. Braxton Church searches for it, finds it, catches it for out 2.
Excellent play there by Braxton Church.
That's now 2 outs for the Mountaineers. As the catcher, Holdeman comes up to bat. And yeah, it does definitely get a little bit chilly as that sun dips below the horizon. As on our scoreboard, we got a beautiful blue sky. The pitch, ball 1 for Evan Holdeman.
Yeah, and Evan Holman hopefully looking to be the spark for this ODU offense.
Cross sets, the pitch, misses just outside for ball 2. Holdeman batting from the left-handed batter box. The pitch, right down the pipe for strike 1. Makes the count now 2-1 with 2 outs.
Excellent pitcher by Caleb Cross.
Mountaineers lead 4-0 here in the top of the 5th. The pitch hits the outside part of the plate for strike 2.
Same location there for Caleb Cross the last 2 pitches and is getting the desired outcome.
Cross sets, pitch, swung on and fouled. Counts remains 2-2.
And that was a very hefty swing by Holman right there. Put some juice into that one.
2's all on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for Caleb Cross. The pitch, grounded towards Cam Miller, fields it, Cross covers first, and tags first for the out, and retires the side 1-2-3.
Again, and I mean, just heads up play by Miller and Caleb Cross to get that out right there.
When we come back, it is time for the App State Mountaineers to take the plate again for the bottom of the 5th here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back to Mountaineers Baseball on 90.5 WASU. As Tyler Lichtenberger takes the plate for the Mountaineers here in the bottom of the 5th, with Hunter Baines staying out on the mound for the Monarchs.
And Will Tyler Lichtenberger, phenomenal today. 2 for 2, single and a double.
And Hunter Baines was able to come in as the first pitch is high, 0-1, and collect the 2 outs he needed with runners on the corners as he forced a double play by Juan Correa. The pitch, Lichtenberger pops it up, left field side, but it is out of play for strike 2.
And that one clobbers the roof of the indoor. Those poor roofs.
They're built tough for a reason.
Amen to that.
Lichtenberger in a 1-1 count, no outs. The pitch misses just outside for ball 2. Baines with the pitch, the throw, just misses outside again. Count is now 3-1.
Seems like he's wanting that high fastball, but he's just not able to put it in the zone.
Lichtenberger today, a single and a double. As that ball lined to right field, going to be gathered by George and thrown back in as Lichtenberger collects his second single of the day and third hit of the day.
Again, just lights out performance by the true freshman.
Next up, Tyler Figueroa, batting from the right-handed batter box. Today has 2 walks. And that is swung on and missed by Figueroa for strike 1.
And I mean, Will, this is an as advertised performance by the App State offense today.
Baines sets. The throw. Figueroa gets a hold of it, tattoos it the right field, and it is caught by Kanan George. And Lichtenberger retreats back to first base.
Sorry, Will. Thought that one was going to drop right there. Put a little bit too much in it for it to drop in the gap right there.
Yeah, just not much you can do there. Perfect barrel, just hits it right to the player. As now up for the Mountaineers is John Kramer. Kramer today has a fly over to left field and a hit by pitch. 1 out, runner on first. With a 4-0 lead for the Mountaineers. Baines is set, the pitch. Strike 1 on the outside part of the plate.
And it's not just Hunter Baines, but for Benmore as well. They're both checking the runner almost at every pitch. Very wary to not get it back swiped on them.
Baines throws. Misses the outside part of the plate with that throw. Count is now 1-1. Lichtenberger with a small lead. Baines sets the throw inside and gets Kramer to swing for strike 2.
Just on the hands right there. Kramer's going to want that one back.
Baines sets on the 1-2 count. The pitch down low for ball 2. 2-2 now. And Kramer with a hearty swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, just over the heart of the plate. Kramer not in time to get it. And just another ball he's going to want back.
And great strikeout there by Hunter Baines And now brings up Charlie Evans with 2 outs and a runner on first. Baines is set. The pitch. And swing and a miss for strike 1.
Mountaineers starting to get a little bit aggressive here at the plate, Will. I really want to see him tone it back just a tad.
Baines comes set. Small lead by Lichtenberger at first. 0-1 count. The pitch. Evans fouls it back into the parking lot for strike 2.
Beware cars.
It's a bad day to be a car.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully you have some baseball insurance.
Hunter Baines comes set. The throw. Misses low and outside for ball 1.
See if Charlie Evans can tattoo one right here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hunter Baines set. The throw. Too low. Ball 2. Counts now even at 2.
And again, if you're the Mountaineers here today, the discipline has got you the runs on the board, basically. Go back to that approach. You've seen these guys take very hefty swings and misses so far in this inning. Rail it back in a little bit and get some discipline back from under yourselves.
The pitch. Evans grounds it to third. Fielded by Zadalis over to first for the out to end the inning.
Excellent play by the third baseman. There's Zadalis.
And with that, the App State Mountaineers are retired after a base runner in Lichtenberger. And that will lead us to the top of the 6th inning when we come back here from Jim and Betty Smith Stadium.
Welcome back to baseball in the high country. The Mountaineers, as we enter the 6th inning here, Mountaineers lead 4-0. And for the sake of the announcers, Jinx, I'm only going to say this once. ODU has been held hitless today by Caleb Cross and the Mountaineer defense. And the offense has finally backed up the pitching.
Because you just said it, he's going to hit the ball here, watch.
Please don't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. I will be very, very sad if that happens. First pitch, high and away here. Count is 1-0.
And this will probably be Caleb Cross' last inning, as he is now at 81 pitches.
The 1-0. Called, strike 1. Beautiful pitch there by Caleb Cross. As Teron Hammond is in the box for the Monarchs. The 1-1. Just high there. Count is now 2-1. And again, like you said, Will, this might be the last we see of Caleb Cross here tonight. As the 2-1. Hit and fouled out of the ballpark into the right foul territory. Again, like we both said, Will, hoping you're not a car today.
Yeah, it'd be a bad day to be a car. A lot of these foul balls are going back behind the plate over our press box.
The 2-2. Another one hit into the parking lot.
That one was into the trees.
Well, the trees matter just as much as cars, man. We love trees here in Boone.
There's a monster somewhere in those trees just collecting all the baseballs.
Yeah, it's a Sasquatch. The 2-2. Just low. Count is full.
Really good pitch by Cross there. Just barely misses it.
Cross going to recollect himself here and deliver the 3-2 pitch. Here's the windup, the 3-2 delivery. Swung on to Lichtenberger. Over to first. In time. Out number 1.
That's just a routine ground ball there for Lichtenberger. He really hasn't had to do much on the balls hit to him today. He's been very blessed to just have simple ground balls pretty much.
He's been absolutely on it today, not just with the glove, but with the stick as well. As Kyle Edwards comes up to hit for the Monarchs. 2 ground outs here in his 2 appearances. First pitch just outside for ball 1.
He has a walk in his last appearance.
He walked in his last appearance, and he flew out in his first appearance. The 1-0. Got it called. Strike 1. And now that we think about it, well, this is definitely going to be the last inning we see of Caleb Cross work tonight. The 1-1. Fouled off into right field. That one's going to get out and into the trees.
With that pitch, that was pitch 90 for Caleb Cross.
Count is 1-2. The 1-2. Another foul ball into the trees. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2 delivery here by Cross. Skied into center field. Evans is there. 2 down.
That's just a routine line drive for Charlie Evans there. Just kind of hops around to make sure he's in front of the ball, and it just drops right in his glove.
Easy lick Sunday morning there for Charlie Evans as this brings up Luke Waters. He is 0 for 2 today. Struck out in his first appearance, grounded out in his second appearance.
I will give Kyle Edwards his prop, though, because that ball was tattooed. It just was hit too hard a little bit, and it kind of carried straight to Evans.
First pitch delivery, skied into right field, and out of play. Count is 0-1. Everybody getting a chance to recollect themselves here. Waters comes back to the box, and Cross gets a chance to breathe.
Yeah, the home play up is going to have to keep getting handed baseballs with how many we're losing right now.
The 0-1 in there for strike 2. Pitcher's advantage here with 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning.
Pitch number 95 on the way for Caleb Cross.
The 0-2. Shot into center field. Charlie Evans is there, and that's the inning. A 1-2-3 for Caleb Cross. We have hit the middle of the 6th inning, and when we return, the Mountaineers are at the plate. You're listening to 90.5 WASU on YouTube. 3. Welcome back to baseball in Boone in the high country. Coming to the bottom of the 6th inning here, the Mountaineers lead 4-0. They have 8 hits, and ODU still struggling to find the bat here. I have put my vest on because it is getting mighty cold here in the box. Will's just chilling over here in his polo. Not a care in the world.
I'm from Philly. This isn't cold.
Yeah, it's just the wind that gets you. But lights out inning 1, 2, 3 for Caleb Cross, and that's probably going to be the last we see of him for today. As
we don't get a great view of the App State bullpen from here, so it's kind of hard to tell if there's anybody warming up right now. We may see him come out for another inning.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's Dylan Moquin as we reach the top of the order again. Dylan Moquin comes up to bat, the lefty.
Has a strikeout, swinging, and then 2 singles on the day. 1 run.
First pitch of the AB to Moquin. High and away, ball 1. And again, this App State team, 8 hits, 4 walks as well, and 2 extra base hits. The 1-0. Hefty swing and a miss there, count is even. The 1-1 to Moquin. High and away, ball 2. And again, be it either the great discipline from the Mountaineers or just the high pitches by ODU, App State still able to get free bags. And that's been the story of the game so far, Will. And here comes the 2-1. Just a bit low. Count is 3-1 now.
And like I said at the beginning, App State's really, really disciplined, but also really, really aggressive. They have a weird, passive-aggressive approach at the plate, and it really helps them out in these ball games.
No, absolutely. As Hunter Baines is going to recollect himself a little bit. He's just checking the glove. The 3-1 delivery. Wind in the pitch. In there, count is full. And
Moquin did not agree with it as he was getting ready to toss the bat, but sometimes when those home plate umpires see that, they will call it a strike when they see you ready to toss that bat.
Absolutely.
If it's a close pitch.
Hefty swing and a miss there. Second K of the day for Hunter Baines as Moquin goes down swinging, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Joseph Zamora.
5th strikeout on the night for the Mountaineers offense.
And Zamora, 1 of 2, drew a walk in his last appearance and singled in his second appearance. Getting ready here, first pitch of the at-bat. In there, strike 1. Hunter Baines pitching a respectable game here so far.
I mean, 2 innings pitched and only 1 hit is very, very, very good.
As the 0-1 skied back into the net. Count is 0-2.
2 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 2 strikeouts, no walks on 6 batters faced. That is very, very good numbers by Hunter Baines to come in here and keep ODU in the game.
As the 0-2 swung on and missed by Zamora. Second K, second out of the inning. As that brings up Cam Miller.
And Zamora kind of swung out of his socks there, losing balance and everything when he swung.
Again, like I said in the last inning, they're getting a little bit too aggressive. The discipline got you the runs on the board. Let's stick to that. As the first pitch of the AB to Cam Miller. In there, strike 1. As the sun dips below the skyline here in the mountains of Boone, North Carolina, the lights are on at Smith Stadium for the 0-1. That one skied out of the stadium. Again, bad day to be a car.
And I just want to appreciate how good Hunter Baines has been since coming in for ODU. They needed that setup guy to clean up what happened to Moore, and he's done exactly that.
As that one popped up, second baseman says he has it, and he's going to get it here. 1-2-3 inning for the Monarchs, and that's just what you need to keep this game in reach.
And that's a great job by Tyron Hammond just to kind of track the soft fly ball. And yeah, it's 3 up, 3 down there for the Monarchs.
3 up, 3 down here for the Monarchs. Keep it here on 90.5 WASU as Caleb Cross is coming back out to pitch the 6th inning. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Smith Stadium here in Boone, North Carolina. And we've reached, excuse me here, Caleb Cross is coming back out to pitch here, David. And first pitch in there, strike one. The 0-1 to late. Swung on, just hit the net.
I'm interested to see how much of a leash they give Caleb Cross here as he was entering with 95 pitches. So he's at a heavy pitch count, but we'll see how much the App State pitching staff trust Caleb Cross.
Absolutely, the 0-2 outside, ball one. The 1-2. Swung on, left field. Back at the wall. And that one caught. Excellent catch, laying up on the wall. Oh, and they're waving for help. He's down.
Kramer's hurt. He just ran into the wall really hard.
Absolutely hit the wall here. And
Charlie Evans immediately calling for help.
And that is not a sight you want to see if you're the Mountaineer fans here.
That is a great catch, though, by Kramer to put his body on the line. But he is down here. So,
and while they attend to him, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll see if we can get an update on John Kramer. Welcome back. And John Kramer has been helped up here. And, Will, he hit that wall a ton.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him get up. He hasn't taken any steps or anything yet, as the crew is still out there tending to him. But he is up, so that is a good sign.
And that got a roaring applause here from everybody here in Smith Stadium. And applause from me as well. You never wanted to see it no matter which team it is. And excellent play by John Kramer to hold on to that ball. And, oh, he's stumbling. Keep it here. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be able to play some baseball. Welcome back to baseball here in the high country. There has been a cart come out for John Kramer, and he is being taken off the field.
He is sitting up in the cart, though. That is an important fact. He is not laying down. He is sitting up.
It's glad to see him sitting up at all. I mean, before our previous break, he got up and he stumbled pretty hard, so they went to get him a cart, and now they're getting him off the field here. But it's still a very good sight to see him sitting up in that med cart and not being laid on a backboard.
And we hope whatever injury it is for John Kramer, we don't want to speculate that it is a speedy and healthy recovery for him, because no matter who you're a fan of, you never want to see an injury in sports.
Absolutely. And, Will, you and I were talking during the break, and you've hit that wall a couple of times fielding fly balls, and it's not fun.
No, it hurts. That wall, it's a solid wall. That's what it is. And, yeah, it doesn't do any favors, that's for sure. So
No.
I'm glad to see Kramer sitting up and alert as he has left the stadium. Riley Luft has been moved to left field for John Kramer.
Yeah, and not only does this bring a pause in the action. I mean, to call a spade here, it gives Caleb Cross a little bit of time to rest the arm.
Sometimes that rest isn't good for the arm, though, especially when you have 99 pitches under your belt currently.
Yeah, I mean, Will, do you think with this pause in the action, do you think they're gonna take the pitching change here?
I do not.
As Shadle steps in the box here. First pitch of the AB. Outside, ball one.
Caleb Cross has been so good. I don't see why you don't take. There's no reason to take him out right now. Let him finish the 6th.
Yeah, he has been pitching
the
very
7th,
well.
my bad.
Second pitch of the AB. Hefty swing and a miss there. Count is even.
I'll tell you what, this stadium illuminated at night is so beautiful.
The 1-1 swung to left, out of play, and into the trees. And again, I just want to, all of us at 90.5 want to send our thoughts and prayers over to John Kramer. He hit that wall a ton. As we get ready for the 1-2 of the at-bat. That ball is high, count is even, 2-2.
The Mountaineers do have 1 out.
2-2 high, count is full, 1 down. And starting to think here, even if you think a runner gets on here if you pull him.
I don't know. There's definitely some action in the bullpen from what I can see, which is very,
that one's fouled back into the net.
Which is very expected with your pitcher being up over 100 pitches now. But I don't pull the trigger yet. I mean, he's been flawless today so far.
Absolutely, but once you get over the century mark, you're going to want to start worrying about some arm damage there.
Well,
3-2.
For Cross, he only pitches every Friday.
And that ball skied into right field. Moquin says he has it, and he does. 2 down for the Mountaineers.
And that's a great job by Moquin, tracking a ball that's kind of tailing away from him towards the foul line in right field, and just keeps up with it as he's running in and makes the routine fly ball catch.
The sun has completely set, and the moon is out here in the high country. And that brings up Efren Morales.
What a beautiful night for baseball.
Absolutely. First pitch of the AB. Just a bit high there, ball 1. The 1-0 delivery here from Caleb Cross. In there, strike 1. Looks like he's trying to get that high middle fastball. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it hasn't worked. But he's able to get it in there. The 1-1, 2 down. Ball high again there, count is 2-1. The 2-1 delivery. That one skied into the right field, out of play. Twos across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled back, caught the catcher. Delivering some more balls to the umpire here with how many have flown out of play.
Yeah, the factories that make the baseballs are very happy when they see App State baseball playing.
Absolutely. The 2-2 delivery here. Swing and a miss. Caleb Cross gets through 7. And ladies and gentlemen,
don't you say it.
It is time to stretch.
Okay.
It's time to stretch here at Smith Stadium in the High Country. But we're going to take a quick break and join the fans here. Keep it here on 90.5 WASU. Welcome back to Baseball in the High Country. We just did the 7th inning stretch, and we've reached the bottom of the 7th inning here, and Braxton Church is up to bat for your Mountaineers. And today, Braxton Church is 0 for 3, flew out, lined out, and flew out. Here comes the first pitch of the AB to Church. That one right to the net, scorched.
He's made the contact. He just hasn't been able to find open grass. He's just finding gloves instead.
Absolutely here. Here comes the 0-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Outside, ball 1. And for this Mountaineer offense, Will, the bat's been kind of quiet the past couple of innings, but they've still been able to draw walks and get on base as the 1-1 is delivered high for ball 2.
Actually, since Hunter Baines came in, they have not been able to draw a single walk.
Really?
Hunter Baines is going on 2 2/3, 1 hit, 3 Ks.
Lights out pitching from Hunter Baines here tonight. As a 2-1 delivery is here. In there, count is even, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 delivery, the line and the pitch. Outside, count is full.
The Mountaineers lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Excuse me.
As the fans are getting loud, the 3-2. Outside, Braxton Church is going to reach base for the first time today. And again, Will, we've been talking about it the entire broadcast. The discipline from this team has been on full display here as Juan Correa comes up.
Yeah, and Braxton Church able to force Hunter Baines to throw his first walk of the game. And it looks like that's going to be it for him after that walk. So, for Hunter Baines today, 2 2/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts on 9 batters faced.
Again, he was lights out up until that walk.
That's all you could ask for from your relief pitcher.
Went in there, did his job. Phenomenal job, but as we take this pitching change, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, a new pitcher will be in for ODU.
As your App State Mountaineers lead 0-4 in the top of the 7th.
Welcome back to Baseball in the High Country. New pitcher for the Monarchs is Marco Lavari. And for Marco Lavari on the season, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 6 earned, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts on the season. as Juan Correa steps into the dish. First pitch of the at-bat. First pitch for Lavari.
With a save under his belt.
Ball is high, 1-0. Pitch number 2. The 1-0. Swung on and popped way up. Infield fly rule. And he's there for it. 1 down.
And that was a towering pop fly by Correa. He's coming back from injury. This has been his first full game since he re-aggravated an injury against Texas State. And he just looks a little bit off, kind of knocking off that rust.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tyler Lichtenberger is up for the Mountaineers, and you want to talk about lights out, his name is going to pop up in the dictionary here as Lavari gets ready to deal to Lichtenberger.
Yeah, 2 singles today, a double, and a run scored.
4-0 here. 1 down in the bottom of the 7th as Lichtenberger takes a hearty swing and miss. Strike 1. Lichtenberger stepped out of the box there for a second. Lavari checks the runner. The 0-1. In there for strike 2. Lichtenberger regaining himself here. Church is at first. Checking the runner again. Here comes the 0-2. That one almost got him inside 1-2. I mean, you think there are a few more inches, and we're gonna have runners on second and first.
Yeah, Lavari's really favoring that inside to these left-handed batters so far.
Absolutely. He checks the runner again. The 1-2 delivery. Winding the pitch. Fouled off left side.
Little knobber there. Caught the end of the bat. Kind of just pokes it the opposite way and foul.
Count remains 1-2. Church still at first. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
With a good lead by the Mountaineers of 4-0.
Absolutely. And Lavari, the 1-2. Wind in the pitch. Check swing. Didn't go. Ball was high either way. Count is even at 2. Looks like Lichtenberger really wanted that one right there, but held it on the bat just enough. The 2-2 here by Lavari. Winding the pitch. High. Count is now full for Tyler Lichtenberger.
And with such a dangerous hitter in Lichtenberger, this is a really, really dangerous spot to be.
Absolutely. He's been dangerous, and he's been dropping it in these open gaps for ODU. 3-2. In there for strike 3, 2 down. Church advances. Runner at second, 4-0 remains the score. As up to the plate comes Tyler Figueroa, the Colonia, New York native.
Yeah, and it looked like Tyler Lichtenberger just didn't want anything to do with that pitch, and he was taking the red light all the way through, and it was just a pitch right down the middle.
Yeah. As Figueroa comes to the dish, the first pitch of the AB. Lavari kicks and deals. Hefty swing and a miss there for strike 1. Lavari waiting for the signal. He likes it. Lavari, the 0-1 to Figueroa. Church at second, 2 down. They're kicking the pitch. Swung on, out of play, foul down the left field line.
Yeah, and if Figueroa waits on that just another half a second, he keeps it within that third baseline, but it bounces just foul.
And Lavari waiting, excuse me, for Holman to get recomposed here behind the dish. The 0-2 to Figueroa from Lavari. Kicks and deals. just low for ball one. Count is 1-2. Church remains at second. It's a 4-0 lead for the Mountaineers. Figueroa has walked twice today. The 1-2. Outside, count is even.
Yeah, 19 walks on the season so far for Figueroa.
And for the Mountaineers today, it's 5 walks overall, but 7 Ks. As the 2-2 comes from Lavari. Outside, count is full. And if you're Lavari, you're not too pleased with that pitch, but if you're Figueroa, you absolutely love it. The 3-2. Swung on right into the gap into the middle of the field, and that's going to bring home Church. It is a 5-0 lead for the Mountaineers. An RBI single for Tyler Figueroa.
Yeah, that's just a textbook swing there by Figueroa. Just putting the ball back where it came from. Almost hitting Lavari at the pitcher's mound. He gets out of the way just in time as the ball shoots over the second base and out to the outfield.
And that is an RBI single for Figueroa. 9th hit of the day for the Mountaineers. They lead 5-0 as Riley Luft comes into the game for the first time following the John Kramer injury. First pitch of the at-bat to Riley Luft. Kicking the pitch. Runner goes. Throw to second. Not in time. A stolen base for Tyler Figueroa.
That's now his 5th on the season.
Runner at second. Beautiful jump there by Figueroa.
And Riley Luft last played on Tuesday versus High Point.
Riley Luft hitting .256 on the year as the 1-0 from Lavari is forthcoming. Checks the runner. Kicking the pitch. Outside, 2-0. 2-0 forthcoming. Luft steps in and out of the box.
The game versus High Point wasn't very kind to him, but he's looking to bounce back here.
The 2-0 delivery. In there for strike one.
As he went 0-3.
The 2-1 offering from Lavari. Ball passes the ball, and Figueroa is going to get to third. 3-1 count for Riley Luft. The pass ball right there moves Figueroa 90 feet from home as Lavari gets ready to deliver the 3-1 to Luft. 2 down, 5-0 Mountaineers. Hefty swing and a miss right there. Full green light. Count is now full for Riley Luft. The 3-2. Shot into left center field, and that's going to touch down and bring Figueroa home. And now it is a 6-0 Mountaineer lead on an RBI single from Riley Luft.
And that's a great job by Luft. Just not a super powerful swing. Just kind of a defensive hack with a full count. And pokes it over the shortstop's head, and it drops down.
Yeah, just enough. Just enough there for Riley Luft. Stepping into the box for the Mountaineers, Charlie Evans. Evans has doubled and is grounded out, and he went down swinging in the third. The first pitch of the AB is a bunt down the mid. Oh, and that's going to bounce perfectly. And that's going to move the runner to second. Evans is going to get to first, And that is a beautifully placed bunt there by Charlie Evans.
Yeah, that's a textbook bunt by Charlie Evans, and with his speed, that's all he needed because Charlie Evans is by far the fastest kid on this team.
Yeah, and that's going to rotate us up to the top of the order, and Dylan Moquin is going to step up to the plate. Beautifully placed bunt right there by Charlie Evans. Smart play there as well, too.
Lavari was not expecting the bunt there, which kind of helped Charlie Evans because it took him a second to get off the mound and realize that it was bunted in play.
Absolutely, and Moquin, 5th AB of the day, and he is 2 for 4.
As
First
the
pitch in there
Mountaineers
for strike one.
now lead 6-0.
Oh, 1-2 down, runners at first and second. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. Check swing. Did he go? Still waiting for the decision here.
He did not.
He didn't? Okay. Count is 1-1. Lavari checks the runners. 1-1 delivery. Low and inside for ball 2. Moquin in a 2-1 hitter's advantage here. Evans at first, left at second. The 2-1 offering from Lavari. It's swung on, hit well into center field. Up comes Waters, and that one's going to be caught. And that will be the end of the 7th inning. The Mountaineers get 2 more across here. It is a 6-0 Mountaineer lead, and with 11 hits on the day. And, Will, we've hit the 8th inning. What do you want to see from this Mountaineer team to close it out?
Just keep doing what they're doing. Pretty plain and simple. They've been pretty dominant in every aspect, and that's what I expect to continue to see.
Absolutely, and we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, it's going to be 8th inning baseball here on 90.5 WASU Sports on YouTube.
Welcome back to Jim and Betty Smith Stadium here as the App State Mountaineers lead the Old Dominion Monarchs 6-0. And the App State Mountaineers have a pitching change as Jordan Fisher, the 6'4 righty, comes in for the Mountaineers as they have a heavy shift to the left side of the field for
Kanan George
Kanan
out there right
George.
now.
The right-handed batter has the heavy shift to the left side of the field. Zamora is playing almost a traditional shortstop position as that ball is fouled out of bounds. The count is 1-1.
And as we await the 1-1, shout out to Caleb Cross for his performance today. 7 innings. He threw 112 pitches today.
Just a dog.
And no hits, 3 walks, 2 Ks.
That pitch is swung on and miss.
Nothing but heat down the middle of the plate right there.
And Jordan Fisher is the flamethrower out of the App State bullpen, where his fastballs average around 93 miles an hour, and he's hit 95 a couple times this year. Fisher with the pitch. Too high. 2-2 count. And here's a little fun fact on Fisher. So when he originally came to App State, he tried out for the App State Club baseball team and made it. As that pitch is high and inside for ball 3. And he made the club baseball team. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna walk on for the App State baseball team, like the legit one. And he did. And he's been here ever since.
Phenomenal story.
The pitch inside, I believe that hit him, but I'm not sure. And George runs down to first base.
If it did or didn't, it wouldn't make a difference there. It was ball 4 regardless.
Now batting for the Monarchs, Tyler Zadalis. Today he has a walk and a fly to the catcher out of bounds. First pitch fouled way out of play on the right field side for strike 1. Runner on first, no outs.
And again, the Mountaineers have built a hefty lead today, Will, giving these relief pitchers time to breathe.
Fisher comes set. Checks the runner. The pitch. And the slider does not get over the plate for ball 2. Or ball 1, sorry.
Be it the breaking ball or the fastball, he's favoring that inside heart of the plate for these these right-handed hitters.
And that pitch is checked down the first base line and considered a no swing, so ball 2. Fisher comes set in a 2-1 count, runner on first. And that is a foul off a check swing to make the count 2-2. And Jordan Fisher, he has that element of the speed out of the fastball. But then he has the earth-bending slider that he has in his back pocket. And usually only throws to the righties because it tends to lead into that left-handed batter box quite often.
Absolutely.
The pitch. There's the slider, no swing, full count.
And again, I mean, that thing is earth-bending.
And right on cue, it ended up in the left-handed batter box. Runner on first, full count, no outs. Fisher with the pitch, grounded into the gap between short and third. Lichtenberger gets it, but no play. Runners will now be on first and second with no outs. And that will go down as the Monarchs' first hit of the ball game in the top of the 8th.
And the combined no-hitter now broken up, and I mean, you just couldn't get a play right there. Not the fault of the defense. The ball was hit. The ball was grounded perfectly. You just didn't get a play off in time.
Braxton Church calls time to walk out to his pitcher. Probably just to settle some nerves after now having 2 runners on with no outs. Braxton Church comes back. Just had a quick word. It's going to bring up Evan Holdman. Holman today has a ground out to second and a 3-1 put out. The pitch hits him on the first pitch of the at-bat. Now bases are loaded with no outs.
And again, this bullpen has been very shaky all season, and now the bases are loaded with no one out. This 6-0 lead could become a 6-1, a 6-2, a 6-3, or a 6-4 lead in the matter of one swing.
Teron Hammond at the top of the lineup for the Monarchs is up to bat. Today, he has grounded out the Tyler Lichtenberger 3 times, which is kind of impressive. I'm not even going to lie.
Vacuum glove, the bat to glove connection. It's not the one you want.
As Jim Leggett heads out to the mound for a pitcher's meeting.
I mean, if you're Jim Leggett here, you're sweating just a tad bit here. Caleb Cross gives you 6 shutout, hitless innings, and now the bases are loaded.
Bases loaded, no outs, and the Monarchs are at the top of their lineup today. So it is a little bit of a situation here for Jordan Fisher, but we've seen multiple times where he has had bases loaded, no outs, and he's found a way to get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the double play ball. It's okay to give up a run here. The offense is giving you a 6-0 lead to work with, but we saw it against Wake Forest how quickly a big lead like that can evaporate.
Everybody gets set back into their positions. Fisher gets the play call. He comes set. All the pillows are full. The pitch, and it's a wild pitch to the backstop. The toss to Fisher, and he's going to be safe at home. ODU gets their first run of the game on a wild pitch, and that moves the other 2 runners into scoring position.
Again, just not what you want to see here. If you're App State or the pitching coach, Jim Leggett.
No outs, 0-1 count, runners on second and third. 6-1 ball game in favor of App State. Fisher set. The pitch. In for strike 1.
Beautiful pitch right there.
Fisher set. Nobody's holding the runners on. The pitch. Popped up. Right field side. Out of play. For strike 2.
Great hustle from that kid to get that ball, though.
Lands on the little hill in right field.
The mini hill.
Fisher comes set. The pitch is just high, but gets the call on the strikeout. And Hammond gets set down looking for out 1.
And Hammond absolutely despised that call right there.
Next up is going to be Kyle Edwards. 0 for 2 on the day with 2 flyouts and a walk. The pitch, way outside, ball 1.
See, as much as that slider is earth-bending, if you know that's one of 2 pitches that's going to come, you're not going to swing at it.
Fisher comes set. The pitch, and that one is in there for strike 1. The slider fools Edwards that time as he looked like he was going to step out of the box, and the pitch ended up middle.
Absolutely.
The pitch in there for a strike on the fastball. It's now 1-2. 1 out, runners on second and third.
Starting to finally get some extra command over his pitches here, and I hope that he can get the K right here.
The pitch, and the sword swing and a miss on the slider in the other batter's box for strikeout number 2 of the inning.
Again, The slider's earth bedding, and if he gets command on it and the hitter's not expecting it, it's going to be easy licks for Jordan Fisher. And the classic sword right there to get the K.
Next up is Luke Waters. Today has a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. The pitch, outside, ball one.
I mean, if you're Luke Waters and you were standing in the on-deck circle and you saw that he went slider, slider, fastball, slider, odds are he's going to throw the slider again, so you're obviously sitting on it.
The pitch, strung on a miss for strike one. Just straight gassed it by him. Counts now 1-1, 2 outs. Runner still on second and third. The pitch, grounded into the hole between first and second. Moquin with the throw to home. They get the second runner, and he gets him. Holdman is thrown out, trying to go from second to home by Dylan Moquin. And that will end the inning, but ODU does tack on another run there as the inning will end. App State is up 6-2 heading into the bottom of the eighth. You're listening to App State Baseball here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back to App State Baseball on 90.5 WASU YouTube. The Old Dominion Monarchs have opted to go to the bullpen and bring out Tyler Scott, the 6'4" right-handed pitcher out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And his first batter he will be facing is Joseph Zamora, who today has a line-out, a single, a walk, and a strikeout. We have a time called by the catcher as he walks over to the dugout. Looks like the pitch comm device probably stopped working, so they're replacing it.
Some more chopping it up with the home plate umpire here.
The home plate umpire tonight is Luke Hamilton. Zamora, first pitch. Ground, chopper to second. Fielded by Hammond to first for the out. Very, very quick first out for the Monarchs. One pitch, one out. And that's going to bring up Cam Miller, batting for the 5th time today.
And if you're the Monarchs here, quick outs are what you want to see. You want to get your bats out while they're still warm in hopes that you could potentially come back.
Cam Miller on today, a walk, strikeout looking, a single, and an RBI, and then a pop-up to first. As that ball is lined deep right field and off the scoreboard. Cam Miller goes deep for a 6th time this season.
And an absolute tank shot there by Cam Miller. Way to get bat on ball and put it out. And that's the insurance runs I was talking about.
Cam Miller hits the 34 on the scoreboard as App State puts up one of the 2 runs that ODU put up in the top of the 8th to make it a 7-2 game.
And again, just an excellent hit there.
Braxton Church now up the bat. 2 pitches, 1 out, 1 home run. The pitch to Church, high for ball 1.
And I mean, again, bat on ball, and at this increased elevation, you know that one's probably going to go. Excellent home run there by Cam Miller.
The pitch, Church fouls it back left side and out of play. Strike 1. Everybody knew it off the bat. The reaction of the crowd, the reaction of the players, that ball was a no-doubt home run. Braxton Church pops it up, foul, and out of play again for strike 2.
Another one into the trees.
Scott sets the pitch, too low, ball 2. And one thing Cameron Miller has been really good at as a right-handed batter is a majority of his home runs have came from shooting them to right field, shooting them opposite field.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting nothing but Oppo tacos. And personally, those are my favorite kind of tacos. Had to squeeze the dad joke in there for the one time.
If only it was Taco Tuesday. Braxton Church pops it up, left side, out of play again.
Those poor trees.
The trees are getting peppered with foul balls today.
Think we should go look for some?
You can.
I can't. I'm on crutches.
Tyler Scott sets the pitch. Inside ball 3. Full count on Church. 3-2 count, 1 out. Score is 7-2. Mountaineers.
And again, Jordan Fisher gives up a couple of runs, and you get one right back, and it offsets.
The pitch ripped towards the away dugout and bounces all the way to shortstop for a foul ball.
If only ricochet balls were able to be English, Tristan, excuse me, able to be in play. Kind of forgot the English language right there. My apologies.
3-2 count. The throw, Church rips it down the right field line, and it hits off the wall. Braxton Church rounds first to second, and it's a stand-up double for Braxton Church.
And again, bats are getting hot, and who else to potentially bring the runner in than number 42?
The Mountaineers offense is seeing the ball well out of Tanner Scott's hand right now. And he is in a really rough situation with 1 out, a runner on second, and Juan Correa up to bat.
Bats have been hot all day, but well, I'm excited to see if Juan Correa can hit one out too.
Evan Holman walks out to Tyler Scott to talk to him, settle him down a little bit because he's given up 2 really hard hit balls back to back after getting that first out. Holman back behind the plate. Juan Correa has 9 home runs on the season. The pitch popped out of bounds on the right side for strike 1. Scott sets. The throw. And Correa swings and misses for strike 2.
That was a hefty swing right there, too. He was loaded up on that one.
Correa got baited by the breaking ball. The throw. Too low on Correa. Ball 1. Counts now 1-2. 1 out. Runner on second as the Mountaineers lead 7-2 here in the bottom of the 8th.
And again, it's a 13-hit game for the Mountaineers in a season where the bats have been kind of hit or miss.
I wouldn't say kind of hit or miss. I think the bats have been extremely hot as Correa swings and misses for out number 2.
Here comes the spark plug.
Tyler Lichtenberger steps into the plate after a pop out or strikeout in his last appearance. The pitch, strike 1.
Right down the middle of the plate.
Scott sets the throw. Too low, ball 1.
Excellent take there by Lichtenberger. Looked like he wanted it, but didn't bring the bat around. And he is swinging a beautiful piece of bat right there.
Scott sets the throw. Lynchburg takes it. Left field. It's carrying, and it's gone! Tyler Lichtenberger with an Oppo Taco to make the App State Mountaineers lead 9-2 here in the bottom of the 8th.
This freshman, I called him the spark plug when he came up, and now he went nuclear. Excellent way to get bat on ball there by Tyler Lichtenberger.
We've seen 2 opposite field home runs in 1 inning. One by a right-handed batter hit the right field, one by a left-handed batter hit the left field.
You love to see it. And this is my first ball game of the year, and what a way to call it. First pitch missed there for ball 1.
It's Tyler Figueroa up the bat. And that's a hefty swing and a miss there by Figueroa for strike 1.
Loaded up on that one. Sat fastball, got slider instead.
Scott sets the pitch. Figueroa swings and misses for strike 2.
Again, just loading up and not getting anything at all. Some classic swords right here for Figueroa.
And that pitch is low for ball 2, evens it up at 2-2. Nobody on after that 2-run home run by Tyler Lichtenberger. That ball grounded to short. Scooped and thrown to first by Edwards for the out. And that's going to be the end of the 8th inning. after an explosion by the App State Bats to make the score 9-2 off a Cam Miller home run and then a 2-run Tyler Lichtenberger home run. The Mountaineers lead 9-2 heading into the top of the ninth. Welcome back to Jim and Betty Smith Stadium. Here in the top of the ninth, App State Mountaineers lead 9-2 the Old Dominion Monarchs 2. Jordan Fisher stays on the mound to try to get the last 3 outs of the game for the Mountaineers. Up to the plate is Zach Light. The pitch, in for strike 1.
Great call right there, and Will, Old Dominion is 2 of 25 hitting today.
Yeah, Light today, 3 pop outs. Fisher sets, take a deep breath, throws the ball, and it's inside for ball 1. Almost hits him.
I thought it did. Based off the way it sounded getting to the glove, it sounded like it hit him.
Fisher sets, pitch 26 on the way. Inside for ball 2.
Just inside, too.
Two 1 count. The throw by Fisher. Popped foul into the fence for strike 2. 2-2 count.
Got that one right into the net. See, you'd think the net would get more balls than the parking lot or the trees.
The pitch popped out of bounds and out of play on the left field side to keep the count 2-2.
As I say that,
another tree ball. Fisher sets the throw. Popped back into the net once again.
That one almost came right back at us.
Yeah, we almost had a ball come into the booth, but that keeps the count at 2-2. As Zach Light is battling.
I kind of got jump scared a little bit there, Will, not going to lie.
Or Zach Light, I'm sorry. The pitch, inside on Light. That makes the count full. 3-2, nobody out. Fisher sets the throw, and it is fouled back to the net once again. We got a battle on our hands.
Yeah, and the net's winning. Trying to squeeze as many dad jokes as I can in tonight, because I know they'll make you laugh. I don't know about Grace Ellen tomorrow, but definitely get you to pop a few.
Fisher with the throw. Pops up. High ball to left field. Luft is under it. Is tracking it and catches it for out one.
And if you're Riley Luft, way to come into the game after the injury to John Kramer and just perform as you need to and doing your job.
Next up for the Monarchs, Tanner Shadle. Batting from the right side. Righty on righty matchup. Fisher sets the throw. And that is strike one. Fisher sets. 0-1 count. The pitch. Outside for ball one.
And just to recap on the Mountaineers offense for today, 9 runs, 14 hits, and they left 10 runs on base.
10 runners on base.
10 runners on base. Excuse me.
The pitch swung on a miss. Count is now 1-2 with 1 out. The pitch fouled back. Count remains 1-2.
And, I mean, not just a great performance from the offense today, the defense has been on fire today as well. Caleb Cross pitched 7 innings, hitless and scoreless, and Jordan Fisher doing his job as well.
Fisher sets to the throw. Kind of nubbed into foul territory and out of play. Cam Miller could not get there quick enough. And we can't forget the amazing play by Joseph Zamora at second base.
Oh, no, absolutely. Laid out to get it.
Rolling out to his right in the gap, diving play, is able to get up in time and still make the throw to first.
Absolutely. That's a major league level play right there.
Fisher comes set. Count 1-2. The throw fouled back to the net.
See, now the net's getting some love.
Maybe the baseballs don't want to go into the magical land of the trees anymore.
Or the magical land of the parking lot.
Fisher is set. The throw popped up and hits the fence at the top of it and rolls down and hits Braxton Church, but he is okay. Count remains 1-2. Jordan Fisher once again in a battle.
And he's winning these battles so far.
And that pitch is outside. 2-2 with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 9th. And that is lined right back to Fisher. He catches it at the hip and throws it to Cam Miller at first.
What a play. Didn't know we had Greg Maddox on the mound, Will.
Yeah, that was a great play by Fisher. Just the ball kind of just magnetized to his glove.
Vacuum glove.
As now, that is 2 outs. The Monarchs are down to their last out here in the top of the 9th. Up to bat is Efren Morales. The pitch by Fisher hits him. So the Monarchs will have a runner on base with 2 outs. And that's going to lead up to Keenan George.
Kanan.
My apologies. who has had 2 flyouts and a walk today and has scored on his walk. Caden George, Jordan Fisher. Righty versus righty. Runner on first. The pitch, just high, ball 1.
Excellent pitch right there. Just not where you want to place it if you're Jordan Fisher.
Fisher comes set. Big read by the runner on first. The throw, just low, ball 2. And nobody's holding on that runner at first, so he has that ability to get that big lead.
Absolutely.
Fisher comes set, kind of working a little fast here. The throw misses just outside for ball 3. (3-0) count, runner on first. The pitch catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1.
Beautiful, beautiful pitch right there.
3-1 count, 2 outs, runner on first. The pitch, lined out the left center, and that ball is gone. Keenan George gets a hold of that one and takes it the blowing rock to put up 2 for the Monarchs.
Yep, and just excellent ball, excellent hit right there. And like you said, Will, launch it straight to Mellow Mushroom Pizza and Blowing Rock. Jordan Fisher's going to want that one back.
That cuts the App State lead down from 9-2 to 9-4 with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Tyler Zadalis up the bat.
Zadalis walked in his first appearance, popped out to second, and then a single in the 8th.
That pitch is in for strike 1. Counts now 1-1. No runners on, 2 outs.
And if you're ODU, you feel like the bats have come too late.
The pitch popped up and over the press box for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fisher comes set. The pitch. And it's called strike 3 to end the game. Jordan Fisher comes in relief to Caleb Cross. Allows 4 runs. But that doesn't matter because the Mountaineers put up 9 on offense. And your App State Mountaineers win 9-4.
Excellent performance by the Mountaineer bats and pitchers today. But if you're Old Dominion, you feel like the runs came a little bit late. You let the game get away from you just a little bit too much. Got a little bit hairy there for Jordan Fisher in the 8th and the 9th. But I want to give you some players of the game here real quick, before we get out of here. My 3 stars, if you will. First off, Caleb Cross. 7 innings of hitless shutout baseball and pitched through 112 pitches. There are not a lot of guys in Major League Baseball that can hit that number, let alone guys in college. So, shout out to Caleb Cross. My second player is going to be Cam Miller. Cam Miller stretched the lead first with an Oppo home run to right. And then my first star, my true number 1 player of the game, it's got to go from the spark plug to the nuclear, Tyler Lichtenberger. Tyler Lichtenberger ends the day 4 for 5. 4 for 5. Let that sink in, Will. The true freshman.
Just absolutely elite.
Elite. And had a great glove as well today, too. His final line, 4 of 5, 2 RBIs, a double, a home run, and he only struck out once. Excellent performance today by the freshman.
And that will wrap up our coverage here on 90.5 WASU YouTube for my colleague, Tristan Beazle, and myself, Will Battershow. I hope everybody has a great night as the App State Mountaineers come away with a 9-2 win versus
9-4.
9-4 win versus the Old Dominion Monarchs. Catch us again on YouTube tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
And I'll be on it with Grace Allen